Yeah, Brian.
Okay, good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to host this specialized webinar dedicated to avocado and mango. Kindly put yourself in mute. If you're not on mute, please put yourself on mute. My name is Arnon Arbel. I'm the head of the Economic and Trade Mission at the Israeli Embassy here in Nairobi. We opened the Economic Mission about 2 years ago with the main purpose to connect Kenyan and Israeli companies and to strengthen both economies. In regards to this webinar, this is one platform that we're doing our activities in these days, virtual activities. I'm very happy to cooperate with both the Avocado Association, with Mr. Ernest, and also with Peter from ADC and more organizations helping in promoting these two sectors. About this webinar, technically, if you have any questions, kindly write them down on the Q&A. You have a Q&A mark at the bottom of the screen. Please write down your questions, and after each panelist will finish, we'll have a possibility to maybe to ask 1 or 2 questions. So without any delays, I don't see Ernest here.
Ernest is there, Mutomi. Ernest, you're on mute. You're on mute, just Ernest.
Please, Ernest. Go
yes.
ahead. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to join you today as well.
Ernest, you're on mute. No, you can't be heard. Ernest, you're on mute.
Ernest, you're on mute. Yes.
Hello. Yes, I'm saying that thank you so much and good morning, everybody. I am happy to be with you today and to have this very important webinar. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ernest. Peter, would you like to say a few words? Peter, would you like to say a few words? You're on mute.
Unmute. Yes, hi everybody. Hi Arnold. Hi team from Israel. My name is Peter Chemwegut. And I don't know if we are ready to get started or not.
Yes, yes we are.
Okay. Are we still in an introduction? Or we are done?
No, we're done. We're starting now. We started.
Okay, okay. Yes, okay. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Peter Chemwegut, Director, Agriculture Development Corporation. Agriculture Development Corporation is a parastatal in Kenya, and predominantly its activities is food production, agricultural food production. And you know, we have a big land in Kitale where we produce seed, we produce potatoes. We also have a project in Galana Gulalu. We have a farm in Coast and pretty much all over Kenya. But this time we are going to be speaking about two crops. That's avocado and mango. So just to get started, why we are here to put our minds together and to see how we can be able, together as Kenyans, be able to tap on Israel technologies. Israel, as you know, is a small country, almost the size of Nakuru County, or maybe, yes, I think so, and maybe Arnold can clarify that. And it's able to really feed the world. It's #1 producer in the world. And one of the great success story of Israel here in Kenya is the Galana Gulalu project, as much as it has challenges here and there. But I believe if you were to visit there, you'll be able to see, you know, how Israel's are really top in agricultural production. And I think the area that they want to really support Kenyans and Kenyan farmers is the issue of mango and the issue of avocado. And so we are happy that at least we have key stakeholders in this meeting. We have also media personalities, and this meeting is going to be recorded, and I'm sure that information from this meeting will be used by media, both newsprint, both radio, and also TV, to try to disseminate information to empower farmers, because there's a lot of challenges farmers have. So without wasting time, really, I will go to the main issues really that the farmers are having on these two crops. ADC, you know, obviously deals with a lot of seedlings for potatoes and maize, corn, they call it in Israel or in America. But we haven't gone into the seed production for avocado and mangoes. But this is something that I'm 100% sure that Israel is so much interested in making sure we get the right seeds, because I believe the seeds we might be having might not be good for the climate we have. So that's #1, improved seed. #2 is the technology. I believe the technology we are using in Kenya might be a little bit behind. You know, we're just doing both crops, you know, avocado and mango, but we are not using the right technology to be able to get the right production. So this is an area that I believe this web seminar will try to address, and upcoming guests who are going to be discussing with us will really explore into technology. The next one, which is of greatest importance, and I believe is the agenda for today, is the post-harvest management. You know, our farmers harvest great amount of mangoes and avocados, but the problem is there's a lot of challenges on post-harvest management, and you know, we would really like to see what Israel technology can help us fill this gap. And I'm 100% happy that, you know, this is an area that I believe we will get started today. And believe me, I'm 100% sure that we will be able to tap into this technology. The other day on our WhatsApp group, you are able to see fine women in some part of Kenya sharing, you know, a very good production of their mangoes, their potatoes, and particularly mangoes. And, you know, the biggest challenge they are facing is marketing. And we really need to see how we're going to address the issues of marketing, because yes, you do very well, you put your 5 acres, you harvest good tons and you're happy. But without really trying to address the issue of market, then we are faced with serious, serious challenges. Lastly, but not least, is the issue of value addition. I know we haven't really gotten into the area of value addition. But I believe Israel doesn't just come with technology. They have money and they can really connect us with the right partners who can help us. But again, we have to be organized for us to be able to tap into those technologies. So in a nutshell, really, it's all about, you know, trying to address the challenges that we face in mango and avocado, because we know the challenges in the world. You know, there is a huge demand for both products, but we have to make sure the quality, the quantity is responsive to the needs of the world. Because if you produce so little, you cannot be able to tap to the market. If you produce the quality that does not meet the market, then we have a problem. So again, those are issues that we have to really be able to address for us to have success in both the products. And the way to really go about it is really tapping the Israel technologies and, you know, the integrated solutions. I believe, you know, with Israel Embassy, they will be in position to really help us, like our WhatsApp group at least. You know, we've been able to show you that, yes, knowledge is very important, and knowledge management across the avocado value chain, you know, collaboration on ICT, regulations, all those are areas we really want to see as we move down the line. So to summarize, really, is to really hear from our partners. But moving forward, we really want to see how we together can produce an integrated solutions, framework that can address these issues as we pick from the partners we're going to discuss today about post-harvest management, marketing, extension, technology, improved seedlings. With those few remarks, karibuni sana, this is the beginning and we are going to be together for a long haul, and I'm 100% sure that we will find this of great importance for the two products we have. Karibuni sana watu wa media, asante sana.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very much. I'm with you. These two sectors or these two kinds of crops are most important for Kenya. And as you say, you know, these are the new future, or the new, not new, but this is the future of agriculture. The world global demand for avocado is growing rapidly every day. And I think with the huge potential Kenya has, we got to succeed. We have to succeed. I would now turn, and thank you again, Peter, and I will now turn to our first presenter. Okay, Dotan from Biofeed, please.
Okay, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Commercial Attaché Arnon, for bringing everybody on board, and thank you for joining. And yes, Honorable Peter, I'd like to reiterate that the challenges for the avocado and the mango sector across Africa, especially in Kenya, are huge. But the bright side, like you said, the demand is there. The market are rising. The prices are good. But the gap between the current quality that we can produce to the one that the premium market demands is at the moment a bigger gap. And I really hope that during this short introduction, I'll be able to share with you something that will be able to close this gap and bring Kenya's mango and Kenya's avocado all the way into premium market. Arnon, can you please allow me to share my screen so I can share a few slides? So what I wanted to tell you before we move on is actually a short story about a farmer, just like many of you, who was a fruit farmer in Israel. His name was Nimrod, and as a young farmer, he was actually he suffered from chronic allergy, but his father was the plantation manager, and that means that he had to go and become a sprayer, and this is what he did. You can see here on the right, he was wearing his gas mask and he was spraying, and then he noticed that fruit flies along the season are coming and degrading the quality of the fruits. As the fruits mature, the population of the fruit fly would increase, the level of infestation would increase, and he would spray almost chronic spraying to try to get rid of the fruit fly, but all he managed to do is just to add more chemical residues into his fruit. So at the end of the season, he had infestation problems, he had chemical residues problems, and he had income loss because that degraded his quality. And he was thinking about something that could perhaps change that. How can we address the health issues as well as the income issues? Well, the solution will have to be with something that can deal with the fruit fly, but without an insecticide spraying. And then we can preserve the innate healthy quality of the fruit. We can market it. We can label it as healthy fruit to health conscious consumers and get premium prices. Excuse me. So that was what Nimrod was challenged with. And then something happened. He was run over by a tractor with the sprayer that broke a lot of his bones and sent him to the hospital. As he was in the hospital, he realized that his chronic allergies were cured. But he had to stay for many months at home, immobilized. And in his kitchen, he started to work with pest attractant for fruit fly, with feeding ingredients, with active ingredients which are safe to human. And in mind, he started to pursue his vision to have a solution which will not involve insecticide spraying. And within a couple of months, he managed for the first time to produce fruits which are totally free of fruit fly damage and insecticide residues. This is how our innovative Freedom technology was born. And actually that led room to a new category of quality, which is fruit grown ecologically without any spraying. Now we are moving to introduce this technology all over Africa and Asia. You can see Dr. Nimrod by now is meeting with farmers all over the world, including in Africa. Our product is already commercially available in West Africa. We've been doing some trial in East Africa, in a neighboring Ethiopia. And we are now talking with governments, with ministers to open up the market back to export. Now, to touch a little bit on the pain points today, in Kenya, we can indicate that because of the fruit fly infestation is between 40 to 80% in the mango sector. Since 2014, there is a self-imposed export ban. So Kenya cannot access the European market for mango exporting. We are also seeing instability in the quality of the avocado. So earlier this year, the Food Association have imposed an export ban on avocado as well. We would like to ensure you that with our technology, with our solution, we can give you a safe passage to the markets. Once our solution is applied to control the fruit flies, once the fruit quality increases, it is without insecticides, it will follow a certain protocol that will entitle it to be tagged as a Green Valley tag, which stands for highest concern for consumers' health, respect for the environment, and honoring the world farmers. We want to increase the farmers' income. We're rewarding them for using ecologically sensible and sustainable measures. We are going to open up new markets for Kenya and for Africa. And we are looking forward to find partners that will want to drive this path with us. This is my email. You can even contact me through my WhatsApp. This is my number. I'll be happy to hear from you how you want to associate to start exporting under our Green Valley brand. So thank you. And if you have any questions, I have maybe 1 or 2 minutes to address them.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Dotan. Sorry. We don't have at this point a direct question to you, but there are some questions about joining our WhatsApp group that Ernest opened, and now we have a lot of members in this WhatsApp group, and I suggest people contact Ernest and the Avocado Association in order to get more information about joining these groups. Let me Okay, we will now move to the new company, Eshet Eilon, as both also Peter mentioned, post-harvest is crucial for the success of the export value chain, and Eshet Eilon is very active in many countries across the globe, and also in Kenya. They have a lot of activities. So I'm very happy to open the floor now to Eshet, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anon, for allowing us to be part of this webinar. Initially, there were some videos that we had sent to you. So if possible, you can play that so that we can take questions from that.
Which movie again? Which one?
The videos that we sent to you earlier for both the avocado and mango machines that we've set up in Kenya.
Okay, one moment.
Thank you.
Do you see it? No. Sorry, one moment. Technological glitch.
Okay. So as Anon is trying to get the video.
Most people wouldn't know how much effort and technology go into ensuring that fresh produce gets from nature to market in the size, shape, weight, freshness, and nutritional quality that we all need it to be. But those who do know that at Eshet Eilon, this has been our mission for over 50 years. Our solutions enable packhouse customers worldwide to one-stop design, installation, modularity, and service advantages. When you consider the comprehensive range of sorting and grading solutions we offer, it's no wonder Eshet Eilon systems are recognized as setting the standard. The most compelling thing about our systems starts with design, custom-made for specific customers based on their operational, budgetary, and footprint requirements. More than any other global vendor, we pride ourselves on being as flexible and innovative as each customer expects us to be. With deep roots of agricultural innovation rightfully associated with our part of the world, both our research and actual development occur in-house with engineering experts that consistently explore beyond the technological horizons to introduce the most advanced new options for our customers. Because our solutions apply to many and diverse customer sites and business critical parameters, they can effectively boost your competitive edge with regards to all types of produce, from small-sized dates to large pineapples and sweet potatoes, with each item processed with personalized cup design and size. So whether your packhouse processes 1 ton of produce per hour or 50, our project engineers will define the most cost-efficient system for your site. Eshet Eilon covers the fullest range of post-harvest processing, washing, drying, waxing, weighing, grading, and sorting. And our fully automated systems come with stainless steel construction as standard, a feature designed to ensure highest food safety and hygiene values. So as you can see, the only thing we haven't learned to do in more than 50 years of leading post-harvest processing innovation is to say no to our customers. Going forward, we aim to continue and leverage our strategic collaboration with the Israeli Volcanic Institute to introduce consistent innovation based on market needs. Eshet Elan, the world's most advanced post-harvest grading systems, customized.
Thank you so much, Ann. You got the mango and the avocado videos with you? The ones that we've set up in Kenya?
Yes, I will put them on now.
Oh, okay, please.
Okay, would you like me to put on the last one as well?
Yeah, just put on the mango, then I'll finish up the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. The mango has no sound.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll explain it as we go.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is the mango machine that we've set up in one of the countries. What you can see is because of how vast the mango farms are, some of these mangoes come in crates, and the machine is able to pick each crate and tilt it into what is called a box dumper. That is where the mangoes are gently placed onto the machine, as you can see from the video on your screen. Then there's the hot water sanitation. This helps in sorting out of the fruit flies. Then the soft brush is to, of course, just remove the dirt that comes from the farm with the mangoes. Then there's the hot drying, of course, because the mangoes have just been dumped into a hot water system. Then they are sorted based on their sizes and waxed and then dried again. After which they go through an NIR where we check them based on the optics, then eventually sort them based on the weight that they have. This helps the farmers so that they can be able to know the size of mango, and it can even help on the pricing, since they'll know what size of mango goes for what price, and this machine actually helps to make it easier for them. So after that, this is a separate machine. It's called a palletizing machine. So once the mangoes are sorted and graded, they get to the palletizing machine. They are stacked together depending on the number of boxes set. Then they are put into a cold store or a reefer truck. as you can see on the left side of the machine. Thank you, Anna.
Okay,
so in Kenya, yeah, if you can give me a minute to just summarize.
Sure.
Yeah, in Kenya, we currently have a total of 12 pack houses that we have set up for avocado. And this year we are looking at setting up another 6, bringing the total to 18. Kenya is currently one of the largest markets that we have, but we're actually opening up into other countries in East Africa, like Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, and South Africa. We're in discussion with them. For Ghana, Nigeria, we're looking at doing pineapples and products that are on the country. But I'll focus on Kenya. We have been able to assist most pack houses sort out the post-handling issues. And so far we can say it's been a success considering the number of people who have come. Together, I'll be looking at meeting Peter Chemugut later in the month so that we can discuss together and see how do we get to the mango region and the avocado region in partnership with the ADC. So Peter, I got your number. I got it from Anon. So I'll call you later and we can discuss. For Mudomi and the Avocado Society, we've also been working together in contact to see how do we meet more of the exporters. And I can say Mudomi has really been avocado exporters to our site, which is a good thing. Yariv is a friend of the company, and we have worked together on different projects. So based on the meetings we are going to engage today, we'll probably find a way of how do we reach more people, because most of the farmers have come to us with financing challenges. So how do we get to help? How do we link them to probably together with Peter, link them with the parastatals that give financing, and they are able to work and get the machines, because we have a total of we get a total of 10 to 15 inquiries every day from different counties and exporters who want our support. But as we go on, we have actually even changed our model of payment such that we are discussing with these exporters, how do they come up with the model of payment, because some of them have challenges accessing money from a bank. So we sit down with them and agree, because it's about creating a long-term partnership in this country. So we appreciate the Israeli embassy who have been with us all through for all these years and being a good friend to the company. Thank you so much, Anon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Nikki. Sure, impressive technology and good presentation, good presence here in Kenya. I now will open the floor to a good friend of mine and a good friend of the embassy, Yariv, who has been active here in Kenya many years. Please, Yariv, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start directly with the presentation. Okay. My name is Yariv Kedar. We have companies in Israel and in Kenya. In Kenya, it's called AgriGreen. Kedar Gap is the mother company, working in many other companies. We are doing basically food security projects and water engineering, the most advanced water engineering projects to take very filthy water to change them. But the focus here is one element that I think it's the most suitable for Africa and for Kenya. And it's an amazing product. I'm more than 37 years in this business. I know all of the panelists here, and I would go directly to the point. The product I'm talking is MycoApply. Mycorrhiza application, Mycorrhiza product. It's a product that it's unique technology, that it's acting like a soil conditioner. And here we are selling it in a form of seeds, seeds that are called propagules. In every gram, 22,250. What does it do, this amazing product? It expands the root system, the root mass, between 100 and 1,000 times more. It avails the root to take, even in areas that are a bit acidic, to take all kinds of elements like zinc and phosphorus and uptake it and unlock it where normally it's, especially, let's say, Western Kenya and some places where it's acidic. So it's really, really a good solution. Then it does, I think the most interesting feature that is for the avocado and the mango and the many crops here is the drought tolerance. What it does, and I'll show it in a second, what it does, it takes the roots and when there's water, it attracts, it catches the water, captures it, and releases it in the dry spell. So the roots become slightly thicker, but there are much more roots, and the crop at the end of the day is more resilient, even if there is flooding or even if there is drought. It's much more resilient, and even if you have an irrigation system, it still gives you advantage. And I'll take you to directions, and then we'll come to the avocado. You can see on the right-hand side on the large picture here, when it's treated, you can see the wheat very, very congested. On the left, you can see the lines. Same wheat, you can see the different developments on the left picture with the two systems. If you'll see, the roots are slightly thicker than the others. Then I go towards the harvest. The same thing happens with trees. You see on the right-hand side the picture where the plant is more dry, is drier, the roots are less compared to this. And at the end of the day, there were 5 bags per acre more. That is 15,000 shillings for the farmer. If I'm looking at maize, I'm going crop by crop, I'll show you. Maize, you can see on the right-hand side that the crop is very healthy. On the left-hand side, it's untreated with a micro-apply, and it looks much more stressed. The reason is why you look at the roots. If you look at the root on the right-hand side of the picture, you see the root is very healthy and very big. Like I told you, 100 to 1,000 times bigger than this root that is on the left. Very, very important. This technology is patented. The spores are the seeds, so you apply like the seeds. It has to be associated with the roots. It's approved by KEFIS. You have very low dosage, no special storage conditions. It's soluble in water and easy to apply, and it's very environmentally friendly. It's actually for types of fungus, which I will not elaborate now. Coffee, now we are going to bigger trees. You see on the left, the nice berries and the very green leaves compared to the right. They started the same position. After a couple of months, 2 months or 3 months, it looks, this is the picture. Even in Tanzania, this is, you see on the left-hand side, you see applied. You see the new shoots, the new comings. Now we are in trees. This is cashew tree. You can see how it's the same trees, the same seedlings, the same batch. On the right, they are there, but they are not boosting up. On the left, they are boosting up. Now we come to avocado. This is treated with micro-apply Endoprime. On the left, you can see it's not treated. They are more yellowish, more suffering. On the right, they look better. And if I'm continuing, when they grow bigger, this is in a commercial farm. It was a trial in a vegetables farm. And you can see the root, once you apply, the best soil is on the upper level. The best soil is in the upper level, and it's more healthy. Roots usually of trees are running down. They are looking for the water. In this case, they don't have this need because they are enjoying the surroundings. They need to go less deep. And if you see the roots, you see the treated one on the left. You can see much more expanding to the sides. Very good roots, very dense. And the untreated, they are running down. They are more horizontal, and the plant knows to balance itself. Another thing to look at is the thickness of the stem. You can see the treated one, the stem is much thicker, and the plant is much, much healthier. Even I saw farms that were stuck under irrigation, like this one. This is one farm, but that was underwater. And it was all, and still the tree survives. Application is very simple. I'm not going to go into it. but it's very simple. And then if avocado, again, 1 year later, you can see then the foliage and the trees are less impressive than these ones that are treated. Okay? This is my Makuyu. And then later on, Ibos farm, you can see these are treated, both of them, the flowering was better and everything was better. So basically, this product is an amazing product. Big farmers and small farmers. I never have a failure with this product. Very, very good results. And it's amazing. And I'm telling you, more than 37 years in this business, this is, I think, one of the best, all the best product I've ever came across. And I've done a lot in Africa and in Brazil and in Israel. I've seen a lot. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Yariv. It was very interesting and to the point. As I said, a good knowledge and background about Kenya. In general, I would say to all participants, we have hundreds of participants. All contacts will be shared. You can later on contact each of the panelists and get more information and information. I'm happy now to introduce, to open the floor to Adam from Farmster. Adam is a good friend of the embassy, working a lot in Africa in general and in Kenya in particular, and has a very, very interesting and promising application that will be interesting for all of us. Adam, thank you for joining us, please.
Thanks, Arnon. Hi, everybody. I don't know, would it make sense? Could you start the video now and then I'll take on after that? Thanks, Arnon. While he uploads the video, I'll just explain briefly what we do. We basically have a platform that helps farmers connect with buyers. I'll explain a little bit how that works. I think the video does a good job of just showing the two sides of that. There it comes. Great. Looks like the sound's not working, so I'll just talk over it. So basically, Farmster is partnering with Standard Media. Standard Media has an initiative called Farm Kenya. And on one side, farmers are able to publish their crops using SMS. On the other side, buyers can basically download the app. It's on a short code. That's the short code for farmers to use. Buyers can download the app. It's almost available on the Google Store. It will be called the Farm Kenya app, as you see there. And so that's basically, that's our platform. Let me get into the presentation here, share my screen. Oh, I guess we need to wait for the video to end. Just share.
One moment, let me allow you.
I think it's letting me now. Just
okay.
A second.
Yeah.
Can everyone see this presentation? I guess it looks.
Yeah, we can see it. If you can just put it on presentation mode.
Yes, that should do it. Okay. So basically, as I think everyone understands, especially small scale farmers have a challenge of connecting with markets, with buyers, with traders, with processors. And so we've created this platform. Oh, sorry, skipped ahead. Like I said, it works on SMS for farmers, so they don't need to download an app. They don't need a smartphone. They can use the SMS. It's free, so they basically answer questions on the SMS about their expected harvest. I have 30 boxes of avocados I'll harvest in 3 weeks, and I live in this village. That information then goes into the app. The app can then help buyers, processors, traders find the farmers, connect with them, and then make a deal. Basically, they talk, they have a conversation, and they can decide if they want to do a deal. It's basically a classified service for farm produce. We've launched this as a pilot before in actually McQueeney County in the mango value chain. So we have experience with connecting farmers to buyers in that way. We're basically looking at 2 ways of connecting 2 models. Basically, one is this open free classifieds where buyers can just call directly the farmers. On top of that, in some areas, we're also training agents or kind of lead farmers to be able to also address some of the issues with quality questions that buyers have, you know, especially for the higher value export markets. A lot of times the questions are about quality and what happened on the farm. So then we're able to insert basically these agents who live in those communities who can then vouch for the farmer's production and help with those connections. So like I said, the app itself will be available very shortly. We can update you all when that's actually on the Google and Apple App Store. The SMS actually is available now. It's on this short code 40446. I can show very briefly, just so you get a feel for what the app looks like. Let me do this here. Just a second. So again, the app is for buyers, so they can search for produce in their area. There's a registration. They can choose which crops. Obviously, avocado and mango are options in the app, but it's basically an open platform. So many crops farmers can publish. Once they've chosen the crops they're looking for, basically they get results. And the results are going to be, search results are going to be sorted by distance from the buyer. So you want to search for produce in your area, right? So then you can look inside of a community or a village or a farmer's group, and then you'll see the listings inside of that group and see what farmers are actually growing, and then you can directly connect with those farmers. Ideally, you're going to send a truck to buy the mangoes, to pick up the mangoes. You need 3, 4, 5, 10 farmers to actually fill the truck. So the idea is to basically create a platform where it's much easier to now source from a group of farmers in one area than it would be from scouting around 3 or 4 days before you find the produce. So it kind of cuts that pain point out of the process. The SMS, let me show real briefly here. It's a chatbot, so it's an automated conversation. This is just a demo, kind of how it looks. They get send a message to 40446. It's now on Safaricom lines, and you can try it out. Anyone can try it out now. You'll get a response basically saying, "Hi, I'm Farmster. I'll help you sell your produce." And then just certain questions, that four basic questions. What is your name? What is your location? What is your village? And then information about what you're growing. And then that will go into the app. Let me forward a little bit here. And then they have a menu. They can, farmers can also update their listings. So it's interactive. They're able to basically update what they're selling. So that is our platform. I'm sure there's lots of questions, but let me just end here. And like I said, we're partnering with Standard Media. So very shortly, you'll be hearing about the Farm Kenya platform across these different channels. And the one that we saw at the beginning is for Farmers TV. So this is my information. Please get in touch if you want to hear more or have any questions. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Adam. There are two things I like in this application. First of all, it is very simple. Very simple. Even somebody like me can easily understand how to use it. And it's very adequate to the needs. So it doesn't go and give you all kind of information I don't need to see. I can, go online on the application, and it's very interactive, very simple to use. Thank you. Good job, and we're looking forward to see people are on it a lot in Kenya. Thank you, Adam. I have a question here from Eric to Yariv. Yariv, are you still online?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Yariv, Eric is asking, how often do you apply the micro?
The micro apply.
The micro apply. If you can, please, a short question, then we will move to another company, to Google Avocado.
Okay. You apply it. If it's for like field crops, it's once in the season at the beginning. If it's like trees, like avocados, every 6 months.
Okay. Good answer. Thank you.
And what is important that the product will meet the roots. So you have to drench it and to do it nicely, and it increases the yields, and it gives bigger fruit and much more quality. Very, very interesting product.
Okay, thank you, Yariv. I encourage everybody who has more questions to contact Yariv directly and the other panelists directly after we finish this webinar. I'm happy now to open the floor to, again, a good friend. The company is Guri Avocado. They have extensive activities here in Kenya and a lot of information to share. Please, Yael or Rami. One moment, you're on mute. Wait, you have to unmute yourself.
Good morning. My name is Menachem, and I'm the operations manager for Guri Avocado. And Yael, you can say hello. Yael. Hello. Yael is the marketing vice president for Guri Avocado. And Rami is the CEO on another camera. And we'd like to, Arnon, if you could put on the our presentation. While you're doing that, I have to agree with Peter that introduced ADC, that we're having that we need to go step by step and start with farmers and finish with marketing and all the way through. And this is what actually Guri Avocado has been doing in Africa, in Asia, over the past years. We are a company that gives tailor-made solutions to avocado growers, and we are now also entering mango growing. And we'd like to indicate or to emphasize is that as opposed to other people that are doing maybe products. And I see wonderful products here, and I see this app that I've never seen before, and it looks really advanced. We are actually doing whole projects. Whole projects meaning that the opportunity, we know the opportunity exists, and we don't need to convince anybody in this forum and any of the growers that avocado and also mango are the now fruits and also the future fruits all over the world. What we want to say is that in order to do a successful avocado project, what we do is tailor fit avocado projects to growers. Now, the growers are usually larger growers or growers that can facilitate cooperation between smaller growers in order to make use of economics of scale. This means that we start with the farming, and the farming starts with the seeds, the seedlings, the nurseries, when we've finished this phase, we have the orchard itself, and the harvest. These are procedures that take at least 3 years, and in the meanwhile, we have to make sure that we are able to handle the crops as they come in. So the second stage is actually the post-harvest stage. Post-harvest usually means using Israeli technology like our friends at Eshet Ayalon in order to pack and get ready for marketing. This means all the logistics from the farm to the packing house itself, and then ready for packing and shipping to the main markets. The main markets in Africa usually are Middle Eastern markets or European markets. And when we're talking about post-harvest, as Peter mentioned before, we're talking about Israeli technology, Israeli know-how, and Rami, our CEO, has been doing this for over 30 years. And as a group, we've been doing it abroad for at least 5 years. And we believe in doing a project that is whole. And as I said, that is tailor-made. The last part of it is actually the marketing. And the marketing part of it is as is important as all the others, because if you have nice fruit and you have good packing, good storage, and wonderful cartons, you still have to sell it abroad. And our contacts in selling abroad have been there for many, many years in the European market. Therefore, what we want to suggest and what we want to facilitate together with growers, investors in the farming industry is doing and making tailor-made A to Z projects. And we'd be happy to share the information and what we've learned over the years with anybody or everybody who wants to understand how it's done. I thank the Israeli Embassy for hosting us, and we're open to questions. And Yael, you want to add anything?
Just to say hello to everybody, and we invite you all to approach us directly and present the circumstances of your particular project or farm or whatever, because as Menachem explained, what we do is we provide a tailor-made solution according to whatever circumstances, tasks or chores or targets you've got. So thank you very much, Arnon, for the opportunity, and have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much, Menachem. Thank you, Menachem, and thank you, Yael. I'm still waiting for to have coffee with Rami. Waiting for him for too long.
So we're waiting to the coronavirus over.
Yeah, exactly. Once this Corona is over, I'm waiting for you all, guys. I'm looking forward also to visit one of your beautiful projects here. And thank you. And if you can just mention, Menachem indicated that you're looking for partnership or cooperation with other growers. Can you just say maybe one word about it?
Yeah, we typically look for already established farmers or cooperations in the Kenya market, not only in Kenya, obviously, but we're dealing with Kenya now. Meaning that an existing farm that is looking to advance or to progress its productivity and is looking for some sort of a partnership, we'd be interested to hear about that.
Okay, sounds interesting. Thank you very much, Yael. Okay, I'm happy now to open the floor to a company that all of you guys know. I'm sure that there is no even one single participant in this event that doesn't know Amiran Kenya. Amiran has been active here in the agricultural sector for several years now, doing very interesting projects and selling Israeli technologies. Brian, please, the floor is yours.
You're on mute.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. This is a very nice.
You're on mute, Brian. Okay.
Sorry, you can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very honored to meet professionals across the board, both current growers and also the potential growers of avocado, mango. And as you have put it very well, we are very well known in the market as Amiran because we are, suppliers of agro input, and agro input basically include all the components that are required in doing proper agriculture. That is, we're looking starting from the right seed, that's the right planting material. I'll call it genetics. You go right into the irrigation. Irrigation is basically the support system for the plant. You will highly appreciate that there is quite a lot of problems with the weather. So I'll go straight to the presentation, basically to tell you what are we doing one-on-one directly to the avocado. Please enable my screen sharing.
Yes, I did. Try again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just maybe make it a whole page and put it on.
Great. There you go.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so straight to the point, we are actually looking at doing two very important activity, pre-sale support and after-sale support. It's very important we know when a grower is starting a project, is it feasible? And after going into it, how are we going to help him to succeed and see the results? So the pre-sale support basically includes the site visit by Amiran experts to identify the right solution for what a grower intends to do, preliminary assessment of the project viability, and then ultimately provide a solution for the grower. After sales support, in a nutshell, has procedures, training. We have the operation part of the system, equipment maintenance, troubleshooting, monitoring, and ongoing support. Procedures and training include irrigation scheduling. You will all agree with me that irrigation is a very necessary thing to do in order to get the required quality. Quality, I'm talking about the size of the fruit should be a marketable size. The fruit shape should also be very, very important. irrigation support comes in handy. When we are talking about irrigation as well, there is a very important factor that we need to look at. Irrigation should not be irrigation only. It should be a delivery system. And that's where you go to the bullet point 2, which is fertigation. When you are establishing an irrigation system, please ensure it is also able to help you to do fertigation. And fertigation is a balance of nutrition supply to the plant during all the phases of growth. Fertigation is a factor which is basically advised by the soil and leaf analysis. And then we do have reports, and then plant management. How are you, managing your orchard in terms of the growth, the shape, canopy, all those things. Very important when we have established an irrigation system, we do not want to sell irrigation and just go. We need the irrigation system to function optimally. Optimally, I mean, when we are designing, we need to have a certain flow, which is very key to give the plant the required amount of water. For you to ensure this is sustainable, you need to look at all the system. What is the flow? What is the pressure? Is water from the drippers or the micro sprinklers reaching the end with the same pressure? Flushing the system, filtration, infield and the system head control. You need to look at all those aspects to ensure the system is delivering the right amount of fertilizer and the right amount of water, so that you have the crop growing very nicely without experiencing any problem. Monitoring is very important. You will agree with me, when you have a problem with the water, you have a problem with nutrients, you're definitely going to have a big problem in the fruit that you're exporting. Is it going to be exportable or not? And what we ensure is the system should work very well to the extent that more than, let's say, a minimum of 80% of the produce is exportable. Irrigation system helps these factors to be achieved. So these factors should be monitored: water, nutrient, the temperature, right, mechanical support, and all those, so that they are in a balanced way to give the plant the optimal condition for growth. Irrigation, which is very key now, should be looked at. Do we really know how much and when to irrigate? This is a very, very important tool. Anybody who is offering you a solution on irrigation should take into account that a soil has got actually 3 components. We have soil itself as the solid matter, we have got water, and we have got air. As Yariv Kadari indicated very well, when you have a very dense root network, this dense root network should be able to intercept nutrients. So there is a nice balance. We do monitoring to avoid a situation where we have soil under saturation. A saturated soil means we have got the solid matter of the soil and only water. It means you have pushed the air out of the soil. So we don't want that situation. We have got all these facilities for monitoring irrigation, which is very important, so that our grower does not put too much water. And then most important is, how do you schedule your irrigation? We're looking at 2 factors: frequency of irrigation and how much you need to irrigate. As a rule of thumb, water should be applied at about 30% moisture depletion in the soil, and the best way to control or to monitor it is the use of tensiometer. As we're talking now, Amiran is able to offer all these services, train farmers on how to use it, follow-up, and after-sale support on top of the range. And then another very important factor is the weather station. Irrigation is not just irrigation. You're looking at replenishing what has been lost. And therefore, we look at all crops, go beyond avocado and mango. We need to control how much you're irrigating. You need to have a weather station which is telling you what is the amount of water lost, how do you calibrate. But most importantly, we look at the evapotranspiration and the crop factor. It tells us how much we need to irrigate. So we eliminate any guesswork in terms of doing irrigation. Now, on nutrition, which is very key, because lack of one element ultimately affects the fruit quality. So all this should be looked at, and most of the time, we don't advocate a blanket application of nutrients. We like a soil analysis to be done. Once you do a soil analysis, you are able to know my soil has got a pH which is probably off the range. So first thing you need to do before you apply any fertilizer, adjust your pH to the right pH. Like for example, avocado does very well within a range of 6 to 6.5. So adjusting the pH alone makes nutrients which are held within the soil available. And then now we come in to replenish other nutrients which will be missing through fertigation. Now, there are very basic principles about fertigation. It is recommended to apply fertilizers in every irrigation in terms of split of application. We have a situation where we know for sure I need to apply so much amount of N. But growers who don't have an irrigation system, who depend on rain-fed, they look at the time when there is a lot of rain, that's the time they apply nutrients. But what is happening here? The plant can only take so much. The rest of the nutrients which has been applied in excess to take care of the longer season is lost. When you have an irrigation system, it helps you to do pulse irrigation, whereby every time you are doing irrigation, you apply the small amount of nutrient which is available to the plant throughout. In the event you are not able to do the fertigation, you can actually do it, let's say, weekly. But ultimately, the whole idea is, if you want to achieve very nice irrigation, you open the irrigation system, make sure all the pipes and everything is filled with water, and then irrigate, activate your irrigation, let's say 30 minutes later. And when the irrigation system is running and fertigation is finished, 30 minutes later is the time now you do what we call stop fertigation, push the water plus nutrients in the system, and everything reaches the plant. So it's very important to understand how fertigation is done, and Amiran are on top of this to help growers achieve what we call efficiency. Another very important factor is you need to look at the salinity of your water. Very, very important. If the levels are probably, the EC is probably beyond 1.5, you need to seek guidance because you might have a problem with the nutrient uptake. So, very basic mandatory parameters to check: soil mechanical composition, the EC, NPK, all these. On soil mechanical composition, I want to emphasize, when you're looking at your soil structure, it's very key. If your soil has got more than 40% clay, you have to think twice whether you need to do avocado in that soil or not, because a soil which has got more than 40% clay content has a tendency of waterlogging. Avocado doesn't like a waterlogging situation because it sets a very nice ground for root rot disease. And in this case, I'm talking about Phytophthora. It will quickly finish your plantation. And if it doesn't, the plant will basically be struggling between survival and production. So one thing we do when we are doing a visit is to ensure we understand the soil analysis very well to advise the farmer whether this is a go or a no-go thing. Thank you very much. I'll welcome any question from the participant.
Thank you, Brian. Wow, well, growing avocado and mango is not as simple as I thought. And really the solutions that Amiran is providing with the sensors and the weather climate stations is very important. Thank you. Again, I will mention that all the participants can contact Peter and can contact also Ernest. They will have all the presentations and they will have all the contacts. Of course, they can also contact the Israeli Economic Mission here at the embassy. All of us, we will have all the contacts and the presentations so we can send it forward. We're getting very close to closing of this webinar. I'm very happy to welcome to the floor Ms. Ivy. Ivy, are you on? Because I think maybe Ivy is encountering some technological challenges. Ivy, can you see us? Okay, let's give Ivy a few more seconds. Okay, meanwhile, let me check if we have any answers. We have a lot of questions. We have too many questions, I'm afraid, but let me just find one that we can. Okay, Brian, we have a question from Ted. He's asking, how about your apply on mature trees? Is it a question to you, Brian, or to Yariv again?
Repeat again.
How about the micro apply to mature trees? I think it's a question to Yariv.
It's a question for me. First of all, Anon, I see in the chats many people are asking my contacts. Can you share the contacts? It's in the last slide that I've had. I didn't leave it long enough, so if you can please share it, or if you would like, let me share it. It's possible to apply on mature trees. We recommend not at the time that it's already you have mature fruits, but before at the flowering time, it's possible to apply and it will still benefit because it needs some more elements, nutrients will go to the fruit as they develop. So definitely we have a lot of experience with mature trees, but I'd like you to share the contacts, or let me share them, and many questions could be answered.
Okay, I hope we will be able, I'll do it at the end of the presentation. I will share your contacts. Okay, good. So you can leave it on for a few seconds until everybody copies it. And the rest of the participants, all their contacts will be available with both Peter and with Ernest and myself, of course.
Yeah,
Ivy.
Arnold.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Ivy, sorry.
Okay.
Apologies, I really am having issues. I had to resonate to my phone to connect to the webinar. But can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's okay, go ahead, please.
So mine today is to speak about the post-harvest losses. We run an organization known as African Natural Products, and we actually sell solar dryer systems. So what we're trying to cap here is the aspect of 60 to 70 post-harvest losses. I'm so sorry, actually, I had a presentation that I was going to share with you. But the whole point that I'm actually trying to strive, and I'm really grateful to the Embassy of Israel, and Aaron, thank you so much for reaching out, is because we as an organization have realized that farmers are actually having issues with storage of their food. So if this was actually dealt with and looked upon, we actually have a really good website. You can look at it, www.africannaturalproducts.co.ke. And this is where we're trying to help farmers. We have been dealing with farmers in Makueni County. We've been dealing with farmers in Kilifi County. We've also been dealing with farmers in Kiambu County. And all of this is trying to help the farmers. After they've purchased our dryers, we actually train them over a period of about 2 to 3 months. And we go back to them and try to see how is it that they're storing their food? How is it that they're trying to learn to use this mechanized tools to be able to curb the food losses that are actually happening right now in the country. And so far, so good. We can say that the Nairobi County government is now looking keen to actually partner with us to be able to enough people with this solar dryer system so that they can be able to dry enough foods, and it can be able, and we have different kinds of categories. If you look at our solar dryer systems, we have the flatbed system, we have the box system that can actually stay in a kitchen, we even have the huge system that can be able to cover up to 4 acres of land. So these are different kinds of systems that we're trying to look into that can be able to, even as small as your land is or small as your greenhouse is, we can be able to help you to see how you can store your food or even go into value addition, like packing your dried fruits and vegetables, so that you can be able to, get a sustainable business out of it. I will share my contact on the chat list. And if anybody has any questions with regards to what I've just been talking about, I'd really be interested in listening.
Okay, thank you, Ivy. One moment. Thank you, Ivy. It's been, again, we see that all the aspects of, or the issues of post-harvest is crucial for the success of the fruit export. And I thank you for sharing this information with me. So, my friends, I'm very happy to conclude this webinar. We touched...
just one minute. Yes, I believe a lot of questions are coming about contacts, about way forward. And I think the Israel Embassy will, from our discussion, put a document, briefing everybody's presentation, challenges, questions. So I'm looking into Israel Embassy doing a presentation in Word or PDF or what have you, so that we can share with everybody who is actually with interest. Also, we will be doing the same for the media because we really want to get the word out. There's no point, like one of the panelists said, there's no point of having very good products without the market. So the same with us, there's no point for us having a very nice discussion, and people are not aware about it. So I think the challenge now is the Israel Embassy to, from our discussion, put together a very nice article, a very nice presentation that can be shared to all members with contacts of Yarif and the rest of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Peter, your suggestion is taken and accepted. Will be done. We will send you an article and presentations, so you can share it with your members and also, of course, the Avocado Association members. And again, from the interest that we have been witnessed here, we must continue. We must do more of these meetups. We must try to really cooperate in order to get Kenya to a higher place in the global value chain of avocado and mango. And the embassy here is here to support and to assist. It's a win-win situation. It's win-win stories for everybody. And again, I want to thank the panelists. I want to thank the hundreds of participants. And thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody. We're looking forward, and we have a WhatsApp group as well. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.